Hi everyone! Guess what? Today is Monday. Happy Monday! But you know what that means? I did not pick up this book over the weekend to read. So how am I going to remember what happened in the last chapter? What did we do the last time? Oh yeah, we skimmed the chapter before. So we went back to the other chapter and then began reading, but not the whole thing again. We just looked at the little lines that would pop out to help us remember what happened. So let's see what we can do. We're skimming, but up on the peach itself, everyone was still happy and excited. Oh yeah, I remember the last time the ship captain saw the peach and he was so scared. But now on the peach, everyone was just so happy that they were flying in the air. Wouldn't this be a perfect time for a little music? The ladybug asked. How about it, old grasshopper? The grasshopper played its violin and sounded so beautiful. Do-do-do-do-do. Skimming, skimming, skimming. My dear young fellow, the old green grasshopper said gently, there are a whole lot of things in this world of ours that you haven't started wondering about yet. Where, for example, do you think I keep my ears? Oh yeah! James learned so much about the grasshopper in this chapter. He learned that they keep their ears in their stomach. How crazy is that? Well, maybe James might learn a little bit more about his other friends throughout the other chapters. But there's only one way to find out and see. Let's start reading chapter 25, page 89. James didn't want the earthworm and the centipede to get into another argument, so he said quickly to the earthworm, "Tell me, do you play any kind of music?" "No, but I do other things, some of which are really quite extraordinary," the earthworm said brightly. Brightening. "Such as what?" "Well," the earthworm said, "next time you stand in a field or in a garden and look around you, then just remember this, that every grain of soil upon the surface of the land, every tiny little bit of soil that you can see, has actually passed through the body of an earthworm during the last few years. Isn't that wonderful?" "It's not possible," said James. "My dear boy, it's a fact." "You mean you actually swallow soil?" "Like mad," the earthworm said proudly. "In one end and out the other." "But what's the point?" "What do you mean, what's the point?" "Why do you do it?" "We do it for the farmers. It makes the soil nice and light and crumbly so that things will grow well in it. If you really want to know, the farmers couldn't do without us. We are essential. We are vital. So it is only natural that the farmer should love us. He loves us even more, I believe, than he loves the ladybug." "The ladybug?" said James, turning to look at her. "Do they love you too?" "I am told that they do," the ladybug answered, modestly, blushing all over. "In fact, I understand that in some places the farmers love us so much that they go out and buy live ladybugs by the sackful and take them home and set them free in the fields. They are very pleased when they have lots of ladybugs in their fields." "But why?" James asked. "Because we gobble up all the nasty little insects that are gobbling up all the farmers' crops. It helps enormously, and we ourselves don't charge a penny for our services." "I think you're wonderful," James told her. Can I ask you one special question? Please do. Well, is it really true that I can tell how old a ladybug is by counting on her spots? Oh no, that's just a children's story, the ladybug said. We never change our spots. Some of us, of course, are born with more spots than others, but we never change them. The number of spots that a ladybug has is simply a way of showing which branch of the family she belongs. I, for example, as you can see for yourself, am a 9-spotted ladybug. I am very lucky. It's a fine thing to be. It is indeed, said James, gazing at the beautiful scarlet shell with 9 black spots on it. We can see here, James is looking at the 9-spotted ladybug. On the other hand, the ladybug went on, some of my less fortunate relatives have no more than 2 spots altogether on their shells. Can you imagine that? They are called 2-spotted ladybugs, and very common and ill-mannered they are, I regret to say. And then, of course, you have the 5-spotted ladybug as well. They are much nicer than the 2-spotted ones, although I myself find them a trifle too saucy for my taste. But they are all of them loved, said James. Yes, the ladybug answered quietly. They are all of them loved. It seems that almost everyone around here is loved, said James. How nice is this? Not me, cried the centipede happily. I am a pest, and I am proud of it. Oh, I am such a shocking, dreadful pest. Hear, hear, the earthworm said. But what about you, Miss Spider? Asked James. Aren't you also much loved in the world? Alas, no, Miss Spider answered, sighing long and loud. I am not loved at all, and yet I do nothing but good. All day long I catch flies and mosquitoes in my webs. I am a decent person. I know you are, said James. It is very unfair, the way we spiders are treated, Miss Spider went on. Why, only last week, your own horrible ant sponge flushed my poor dear father down the plunge hole in the bathroom. Oh, how awful, cried James. I watched the whole thing from a corner up in the ceiling, Miss Spider murmured. It was ghastly. We never saw him again. A large tear rolled down her cheek and fell with a splash on the floor. We can see Miss Spider. She's so sad. How do you think you can relate this to how James might feel? Did he ever feel loved by Aunt Sponge and Aunt Spiker? I don't really think so. They always told him to do all the bad things, all the things that made him work really, really hard, but then they would get all the fun and they never let him have fun. Maybe that's why James feels so loved by the insects, because they need him to come up with great ideas. We all are loved in some sort of way. Let's continue reading. But is it not very unlucky to kill a spider? James inquired, looking around at the others. Of course it's unlucky to kill a spider, shouted the centipede. It's about the unluckiest thing anyone can do. Look what happened to Aunt Sponge after she'd done that. A bump. We all felt it, didn't we, as the peach went down over her? Oh, what a lovely bump that must have been for you, Miss Spider. It was satisfactory, Miss Spider answered. Will you sing us a song about it, please? So the centipede did. Aunt Sponge was terribly fat, and tremendously flabby at that. Her tummy and waist were as soggy as paste. It was a worse on the place where she sat. So she said, I must make myself flat. I must make myself sleek as a cat. I shall do without dinner to make myself thinner. But along came the peach, oh, the beautiful peach, and made her far thinner than that. Ooh, the earthworm didn't like that song. But guess who did? Miss Spider. That was very nice, Miss Spider said. Now sing one about Aunt Spiker. With pleasure, the centipede answered, grinning. Aunt Spiker was thin as a wire, and as dry as a bone, only drier. She was so long and thin, if you carried her in, you could use her for poking the fire. I must do something quickly, she frowned. I want fat, I want pound upon pound. I must eat lots and lots of marshmallows and chalks, till I start bulging out all around. Ah, yes, she announced, I have sworn that I'll alter my figure by dawn. Cried the peach with a snigger, I'll alter your figure, and ironed her out on the lawn. Everybody clapped and called out for more songs from the centipede, who at once launched into his favorite song of all. Once upon a time, when pigs were swine, and monkeys chewed tobacco, and hens took snuff to make themselves tough, and the ducks said quack, quack, quacko, and porcupines drank fiery wines, and goats ate tapatio, and old Mother Hubbard got stuck in the Look out, centipede! Cried James. Look out! And that's the end of chapter 25. We are on a cliffhanger. Do you know what that means? We gotta make a prediction. What happened to the centipede? Where are they on the peach? Are they inside the peach? Are they on top of the peach? What can we remember? Where did the centipede go? Why does he have to look out? There are so many questions that we as a reader are now trying to answer. But we have to answer them next time. So I'll see you tomorrow when we read again. Bye!